want to thank everyone for coming here tonight. And please let me know if you can't hear me. Um, just if anybody hears me reference Jimmy as dad, I never looked at him as my stepfather. He was I have an amazing biological father, but I always regarded Jimmy as my dad. This relationship between my father and my dad is a testament to how amazing Jimmy was. My father as well. These two men made loving me and our family a partnership and never a competition. Blessed am I to have the strength that he's given me to share a testament of his life. When Jimmy came into my life, I wasn't easy. I found a way to undermine his every effort, but in the end, he won. There's no way anyone could resist that huge smile, those kind eyes, and that incredible sense of humor. He had this patience that was truly overwhelming. My dad was the most patient and hardworking human that I've ever met. As a teen, he'd often torment me with this one statement: "Your generation has no work ethic." And while out of context, that might sound a little harsh, but they were a joke he'd purposely say just to get me all riled up, which wasn't too hard in those days. I met him at a very vulnerable point in my life, when as an inner city kid, I couldn't see or understand to stop and smell the roses. And he taught me how important the oppression that we leave behind is, and that how we make people feel lasts forever. My dad lived his life to accommodate others. He shared his childhood with me, and it created a bond that is endless. I feel like Jimmy was this beautiful, untainted character from some sort of a 70s TV show. And together he and I grew. I was a snotty teen with a chip on her shoulders, and he was this hilarious character that didn't care about social norms. How we laughed on our journey that we call life. What I remember most was how kind he was, and he never let a hard time define him. One can meet many people and quickly forget them, but when you met James Christy once, he would never be forgotten from your memory. Imagine being a grandfather at the tender age of 36. He adored my niece, and I quote her. These are her words. As soon as he came home, he took his shoes off. He would kiss Mom, and his presence was just felt. He wasn't the kind of man to sit in a room and watch TV. I knew when he came home, he'd play with me until dinner time, because Mom always had something good cooking, and Jimmy lived his life to love Mommy. These are the memories he created amongst us that spent as much time with him. It was obvious to any outsider looking in how much he loved my mom. He made his every move to please her. Their relationship was beautiful to watch and blessed, and they were very blessed to have shared 31 years of mutual love and friendship. They set a clear example of how finite love and life are. He taught us to make the best of each memory, whether through humor or actions. We're all privileged because whether we received a kind gesture, a great story, a joke, or just his daily example, we are better for having had him in our lives. I hope that the legacy he leaves behind is to take pride in all our endeavors, to let those that matter know, either through actions or words. He taught us to live life to the fullest. I can stand here and be strong because I have no regrets. I laughed with him, I cried with him, I laid in bed with him. I took him clubbing, I kissed him, I loved him and I hugged him. And I let him know every day just how much I loved him. His pain was great, yet his positivity in spite of his suffering was greater. He put his all into everything he did. God bless us all, for we are better for having had him in our lives. And if anyone would like to come up now, I was hoping that, I know it's a somber moment, but he was such a character. So if you have one funny story that you want to share, or 10 funny stories that you want to share about my dad, then feel free. I was thinking about which one was his favorite story that we told. We had so many. I was so bad when I was young. He always told me, I'm a phone call away. Don't ever get into the car with anybody that's drinking. This is before Uber, Lyft. So sure enough, 16-year-old calls him and says, I can't get in the car with this girl. She's really drunk. So he goes and he gets me. I wasn't any better off. We used to live in an apartment complex that had zigzags. He said my mother was furious. And Jimmy was just laughing. And he said, what's the matter? And I said, Jimmy, I'm just rocking. I'm rocking. And he grabbed me by my shirt and I bounced from one wall to the other, but he got me to the apartment. And he told Mommy, leave her alone. We always told her she wouldn't get in trouble if she called us. But that was just how he was. Even in spite of any difficulty, he always made everything funny. Always made everything funny. And I hope that when we walk away from here today, that we remember that laugh forever. And we don't remember him sick, because that was a little while. And again, I want to thank everybody for coming. And if anybody would like to get up and say anything, it's fine. Yeah, he said, why is everything being so quiet? We can't stop and stay here. I want to thank those of you that were leaving and you stayed to hear the eulogy. I really appreciate it.
I got stories, really, if I be able to tell them. I want to tell. Can you guys hear me? I don't want to get into the microphone. When I met him, it was a day for three. My sister, him, and I. The next day,
I'll hold it for you. Take your mask off.
It was a date for three. We went to Marco Polo in Summit. The next day, mind you, I work in the same place since I was 15 years old. I received the most incredible bouquet of flowers with 2 balloons. And one of them said, "You're great last night." Everybody want to know what did I did that it was so great. That's how he was. And that's how he won my heart. And from that day on, everything was fun. He was not even one day that he didn't play a joke on me or he kept me laughing hysterical. He said, "Honey, with me, you're never going to get old." And he kept his promise. I did get old. Trust me, it's not that. But he kept me laughing, so hysterical. And I'm missing every minute, every single minute of my life. I'm going to miss him. So thank you all for being here, for sharing the last memories of him. And thank you.
I'm not a good public speaker. I want to share a story. I've known Jimmy almost my whole life, or at least as long as I can remember. He was always funny. He used to call me his little J-Lo. I took my first shot with Jimmy. I was like 8 years old. But he didn't mean to give it to me. He was joking with me. He's like, "Here, take this shot." And I don't think he thought I was going to take it. And I took it. And he looked up at my godfather, Papi Willie. He was like, "Don't kill me, Willow." And everybody just laughed. He was a great man. I mean, I hate the times that we're in right now. He deserves a party where we can all laugh and tell the stories he told us. But, we're going to miss you, Jimmy.
if no one else is going to speak, we'll shut the mic now and just know that we'll be meeting here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then we'll be going to the cemetery. What's the name of the cemetery? Holy Cross Cemetery. We should be there by like 11. So just a heads up that that's the agenda for tomorrow.